Is her entire life in 90 seconds, and here she is to answer for it, Tricia Helfer.
I'm good, thanks.
Awesome. You got a lot of time off?
Yes, we have a little forced time off right now with the writer's strike, so.
So what is it just like, you know, actors, directors all just hang around at coffee shops waiting for something?
Well, everybody's on the picket lines, and you know, I think there's a lot of projects that were written. You know, the studio stockpiled a bunch of things, so there is some work still going on, and I've been auditioning for a few things, but you know, it's kind of tricky to cross the picket lines, and then of course you also want to get out there with them and support them as well.
Well, you can't cross though, can you? Because I mean, that's a really complicated situation for a performer.
Yeah, it is a very complicated situation, but you know, the way it's been so far, at least that I've seen, is they're not really stopping people from going on, and it's more kind of on a corner beside and that sort of thing.
You got a movie I want to talk about as well, going from playing one character for a long time. And I wondered this, watching actors' careers, whenever you research an actor, you look at their IMDb listing and it's one episode, two episodes, one episode, one episode, one episode, and you're on CSI and this episode, that episode, and then you land a role. Mm-hmm. So you land this character, like Six in Battlestar, you make a lot of episodes in this character, and then this series is coming to an end, and you have to go back out there again. What's that like for you?
You know, I think for me it's exciting because Battlestar was one of the first things I got. I had transitioned from modeling into acting, and the first year that I was out there, I got Battlestar. So I was incredibly lucky in one respect, but you know, in the other respect, I'm like chomping at the bit, ready to get out there and prove that I can do other things, and that's where, you know, Walk All Over Me has helped, you know, get into the movie element, and I've done a few things on hiatuses and so forth, but I can't wait to play other kind of characters.
Walk All Over Me is a dark movie, you know, and the first few scenes that you're in, when you start watching this picture, it's like, that's a change. Mm-hmm. Is it harder to do when you've been playing one character for so long?
No, it's fun. I mean, you look at it as, well, even on Battlestar, I kind of have a couple of different characters because I play a robot. So there...
You totally spoiled it for people who don't know.
Yeah, you know, I'm not human. But there's subtle differences with that. And, you know, jumping into a dominatrix role, there was some sort of parallels between Six, who, number 6 has been quite manipulative of Gaius Baltar, the scientist. And
mm-hmm.
So it was quite easy for me to step into the boots and be commanding and domineering over someone. But you know, the movie's not really about just being a dominatrix. That's a side story. It's really about the relationship between the two girls. Mm-hmm. The other girl played by Lili Sobieski, who plays Alberta, mm-hmm. and myself.
For you, how confident were you when you first started modeling? Because you were picked up, someone said, hey, why don't you go do this, and then you did just fine. So how confident were you when you walked down the runway?
You know, my first story walking down the runway was, I was a shy little farm girl that's not what I thought I was going to do, and I was, you know, as they say, discovered, and landed in Paris and doing Chanel, and one of the people that kind of right-hand man of Karl Lagerfeld was so angry with me after the show because I walked with my right arm stuck to my leg, you know. Not stuck there, but it didn't sway like the other one swayed, you know. And it was because I was walking around, like all the other girls on the show were, you know, known models, and they all had drivers and everything, and I was schlepping on the subway. And so I had my portfolio, which is really heavy, so my right arm never moved when I walked. So that translated to the runway, and I watched myself, and I went, oh my gosh, I walked like this, you know?
Hey, it's realism. It's a new kind of runway walking.
Yeah, it was, you know, precursor to being a robot. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
But now, what I wondered, if once you do that for a long time and you become successful and you gain a certain confidence level, when you start to make your career as an actor, when you actually get in front of a camera, I don't imagine you would be as confident. And take me through that process.
Absolutely. I mean, you're stepping into another realm, and, you know, modeling... To be a good model, there is an element of acting involved, because you can have the most, you know, beautiful woman and she just can't bring anything in front of the camera. So you have to be comfortable in front of the camera, and you have to kind of, you know, one day you're modeling business suits and one day you're, you know, heroin chic and whatever. But to translate that to a character and the thoughts and emotions and to be verbal and you know, one of the biggest things is getting over messing up. You know, you're on a set with, you know, on a modeling set, there's 10 people. On a film set, there's like 50, 100, 200 people, you know, and you're kind of like, you stumble your words. You're just a human being. So You may
Unlike
trip.
you,
Unlike
who's a Cylon.
me. Yes, I never mess up. No, you know, you trip coming up onto the stage, or you fumble a line, and now you just laugh about it. Like, that's going to make the blooper reel. But in the beginning, you know, the first couple of times, you're like, oh, I messed up.
But
oh
what
my
are you
God.
actually doing when you're doing your lines? What are you thinking? Are you thinking, don't screw this up?
No, because then you're not in the scene. If you find yourself going, oh, I'm messing up or I'm doing this, you're not there. Mm-hmm. And then you need to do more preparation prior to the scene. You need to be, you know, goofing off less between takes and stuff. And you need to be kind of getting yourself into that space. Like, a lot of people laugh at me now on sets because I jump like a bunny rabbit before scenes, because I'm a person that has kind of a lower energy level in general, you know, and that kind of thing. And if I'm supposed to come into a scene where I've been running in the door, I've got something really exciting to tell people, I can't just, you know, action, oh my God, you know, like this. I have to be jumping up and down and the energy going, and, you know, so I jump around like a bunny rabbit and make an idiot of myself, and you have to learn to just let that ride off you and not care about it.
You didn't plan this career, right? This just sort of happened eventually?
Yes.
Right? So I wondered then, when you walk through a magazine store and you see yourself on the front cover of a magazine, then you see yourself on the cover of Playboy. And I wondered, when I've talked to an actress who makes a decision to be on the cover of Playboy and be in that magazine and not just be the article,
right,
but to be the photo shoot. I wondered for you, how you go through that and decide, okay, I'll do this.
Well, you know, it took me a little while, because I had started acting, and they approached me right after kind of Battlestar came out, and I said no to it initially because I thought, you know, I want people to know of me as an actress first, and that I have some chops. You know, I'm certainly not Meryl Streep, but I have some chops, and so it took a little while for the critical acclaim to come, and, you know, once Battlestar won a Peabody Award, and up here I won a Leo Award for Best Actor, and then it was kind of, they reapproached me, and I thought, you know, now maybe the time is right. I'm young enough yet that I think I can do the job, and I had creative control. Coming from a modeling background too, I thought, you know, I look at some photography, some nude photography as art, and I had a great experience. And then, you know, silly things like this actually made a difference in my decision. There was some fake naked picture of me on the internet that was going around, and I'd go to like a science fiction convention and people trying to get me to sign this picture. This is not me, and I'm kind of going, I may as well like put a nice naked picture out there so that these fake naked pictures like go by the wayside.
I want to sign my real ass, not that version of my ass.
Exactly.
Did you call your family and tell them you're going to do it? Like, how does that work?
I did talk to my family, yes. I have 3 sisters and my parents, and I called them all up and spoke to them about it. I certainly wouldn't have done it if it was going to be something that, you know, they didn't want to walk around the community. But, you know, they were all very supportive, and again, because I had creative control, and, you know, as I said, it was not like I was going to be, you know, pushed into like smoking a cigarette. And,
well, you were in Playboy, not Hustler, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't Hustler, and Playboy has really a good reputation. It's a very classy men's magazine, and I'm very happy I did it.
So now that Battlestar's coming to an end. If the strike ever gets finished, you'll finish the episodes. How many do you have left? 8 to go? We
have 8 to go, yes.
What do you do next? You said you've been going on auditions. Is there anything where where you're ready to go? You think you might be taking another job?
Well, we're doing, you know, right after the strike ended, I've been doing press for Walk All Over Me that's coming up tomorrow night.
That's right.
And really excited about that, and starting to get a project called Unforgettable off the ground that was already written. Mm-hmm. It's a film about amnesia, playing kind of what happens between a husband and wife when one of them wakes up with amnesia. And also looking at another film that would probably film in Calgary. It's a U.S. production. Mm-hmm. And then also got a development deal for another series coming up. Too early to say exactly what it is, but that will be next year at some point.
There you go. Thanks for coming. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Tricia Helfer, everybody. That show, Walk All Over Me, the movie that she's got opens tomorrow. Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary. Everywhere it opens. When the hour returns, I'm going to tell you about violin playing robots and your chance to take a bullet to the heart. We'll be right back.